Another type of conditional statement is called the ternary operator. So make sure you're in number 7, which is the ternary operator starter file. And then we can get to work in the script section below. The ternary operator is often used as a shorter alternative to the if-else statement. It's also a one-line statement, so it can look a little simpler too. We begin by adding a condition we want to check, such as a calculation. So if we say 10 is greater than 5, the condition is then followed by the question mark. Then we declare what we want to happen if the result is true or false. So the first statement is true, separated by a colon, and the second one is false. So what we're saying here is if 10 is greater than 5, the first one is print the text of true, the second one is simply print the text of false. If we save this and then open up this file in the browser, refresh, we don't see anything happen at first. This is because we need to output the answer, such as a console log. So before this, let's add a console.log, and then inside the brackets, we can add this full ternary operator. Now if we save, refresh, and then open up the console, click on the console tab, and there we get the text of true, because 10 is greater than 5. If we change this to be 10 is less than 5, we then get the second option of false. So let's try this. And there's false inside the browser. Later we'll also look at some ways to display things on a web page rather than in the console or using alerts. We can also store this result in a variable too. So let's go back over and let's add our variable of hungry once more and set this to be a boolean value of true. Let's remove this console log, and then we can say var should I eat, and then we can set this to our ternary operator. So the condition we want to check is if hungry. So if this value is true, we add the question mark and then add our two options. If it's true, we'll say yes, let's eat, separated by a colon. If it's false, we'll say not just yet. Add a semicolon at the end of there. And then we can do a console log. And then log the result of should I eat. So just to recap, we're checking this variable here if it's true or false. If it's true, we're printing the text of yes, let's eat. If this was set to be false, we would then get the second value of not just yet. This result is then stored inside a variable called should I eat, and this is the value which we're displaying inside the console. So over to the console now. This is set to true, so we get yes, let's eat. If this was false, not just yet. There's lots more uses for this too, such as constructing a text string with the outcome. So if we were to go ahead and say variable is logged in, and we'll set this initially to be a value of false. Then we can go ahead and add a text string of hello with a space, and then inside the brackets we can add our ternary operator. So first of all, we're going to check our condition of logged in, the question mark, and then our two options. First of all, if this is true, we can then say welcome back. Separated by a colon, we add our false condition. We can say please log into your account. And a semicolon at the very end. And now we need a way to display this to the user. So we can surround this whole section inside of an alert. Then the brackets at the very start. And then close this alert off right at the very end with a closing bracket. There we go. So make sure you have the two brackets at the end, one for the alert and the second one for this logged in section. Give that a save. Reload. First of all, we'll get the text saying hello, please log into your account, because we're not logged in. However, if we set this to be a value of true, therefore we're logged in, reload, and we'll get the message of hello, welcome back. This ternary operator is really simple to use and also a good alternative to the if-else statement. It's also a little bit more compact, and we can add this all on one line to not only shorten our code, but also make it more readable.